What's going on, guys? My name is Steve. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I'm just an American guy on a journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Today, we're going to be reacting to the top 10 hardest UK accents to imitate. Before I started this journey of learning about the UK and Ireland, I had no idea about how many different accents there actually were in the UK. I still haven't heard most of them probably. I probably now have heard maybe a couple of dozen, but based off of what the people in the comments generally say, they say you can drive like 2 miles down the street and you'll have a completely different accent from them. And that makes it sound like there may actually be hundreds of different accents and dialects in the UK. And that's pretty amazing. You know, in America, we definitely have our fair share of different accents, but nothing like what it seems the UK has. You know, it seems like for the most part, we have, you know, in different regions, you have a much different accent from other regions, and within those regions, you have a small sampling of difference in dialects. I would go out on a limb and say you probably have about 10 or 15 major differences in accents in the US. And I'm sure there's a number of smaller, but even though our country is bigger in both land mass and people here, it seems that the diversity of accents is much stronger in the UK. As for like accents I don't understand very well, or they'd be hard to imitate in the US, it would probably be down south in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. That one is a hard one for me to imitate. I can imitate a number of the other ones, but anyways, guys, let's go ahead and check out what are the top 10 hardest UK accents to imitate.
Leave it. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 hardest UK accents to imitate.
When I was there and I really needed to go to the toilet, I was thinking, our tribe, I wonder what their toilet facilities are like, right?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we have focused on core UK accents that can prove particularly awkward to copy. So, clear your throat, warm up those vocal cords, and let's see how many of these regional wonders you can recreate.
Am I right? What have you happened today what you're doing? Robbing people, robbing them of stuff that's important to them.
Number 10, Cockney.
This job.
Wait, I have no idea what he just said. That must have not been one of the ones he was saying. I want to hear that again. What did he say?
So, clear your throat, warm up those vocal cords, and let's see how many of these regional wonders you can recreate.
Am I right? What have you happened today what you're doing? Robbing people, robbing them of stuff that's important to them.
Number 10.
I heard the last part was something about people robbing stuff that's important of them. I have no idea. Wow. What accent was that?
10, Cockney.
This job is bigger than anything Bridge has done up until now.
With the sheer size of London, it's no surprise that the city boasts multiple accents. But none are quite as famous or as difficult to master as good old Cockney. Everyone recognises how it sounds, and most can copy a few key phrases, although the rhyming slang does confuse the issue for some.
Alright, you're not doing it the way he speaks.
But Dick Van Dyke...
Alright, you're not doing it the way he speaks. Yeah, I don't think I can do that at all.
His infamous portrayal of Bert in Mary Poppins proves that Cockney isn't exactly...
Oh man, when I was growing up, I loved his accent, man. I really did.
...easy to grasp.
Alright, I'll do it myself.
Number 9, Mancunian.
Alright, I'll do it myself. Yeah, I definitely can't do that.
Things that I want, I can't have, I do without.
It's not usually listed as a particularly prominent UK accent, but it is difficult to do right. Thanks to a barrage of popular comedians, entertainers, and a certain Britpop band, the Manc accent has become much more well known.
That's what it's about, you know what I mean? It's like everyone's a bit square at the moment, aren't they? You know what I mean? Everyone's just a bit serious and miserable, you know what I mean?
In fact, if you did want to try and add it to your own intonation, you could do worse than to listen to a back catalogue of British rock music for inspiration. Or just watch a few episodes of Corrie.
Perhaps I should stretch out on the couch and we could do this properly.
Number 8, Ulster English.
Yeah.
You know, you live in your little bubble here behind your wall with your maids, chauffeurs and servants.
Everyone loves a good Irish accent, but there's so many variations that it can be tricky to separate them. And Ulster English brings a whole new dialect on top of a very distinct tone of speaking. And because it's so distinct, it's immediately obvious whenever it's done badly.
Are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
The unpracticed will often find themselves slipping into
There's
other
no
accents
way I
and
can do
generally
that.
getting more and more frustrated.
Has his sudden tragic death interrupted your studies?
Well, that's a bit actually, yeah.
Number 7, West Country.
I only child I couldn't see the view more was he Mombo.
Right. What did you say?
Our next entry touches on various regional twangs, each as difficult as the next to recreate. From Bristol to Cornwall, these accents are actually widely used on TV, especially by some of our favourite comics.
I said 5 minutes, but nothing. Women like you are the reason this chicken's late in the first place. You'll be lucky if you get any of my lovely chicken if you keep up this kind of behaviour.
Stereotypically, the West Country ramble is obviously associated with farmers, but it's not all hayfields and combine harvesters. The hard-hitting crime drama Broadchurch also puts the accent onto primetime telly.
I love you very much. And if you remember that smile, give it a go for me, would you?
Number 6.
That accent actually sounded like one of the more popular ones that I recognize for some reason. But yeah, again, most of these would be very hard for me to
Scouse.
Where's me coffee cup with the mould in it? I threw it away, sir. But I was breeding that mould.
As one of the most recognisable British accents, the Liverpool tone is also one of the most often imitated, but that doesn't make it any easier to copy.
I just think we should go to the toilet.
Another favourite for TV comedians, there are famous Liverpudlians throughout British popular culture, so there are plenty of examples of how it should sound, from Paul McCartney to Steven Gerrard.
You know, we didn't know anything about any of that, so we got ripped off,
But Harry Enfield's is still a standout.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that one either. I don't even know how I would start.
Number 5, Glaswegian.
Glaswegian.
Alright.
Trying to nail a generic Scottish accent can be challenging enough. So, throw in regional deviations and it's even more complex.
No, it's cool. You keep it. I don't want it. Yeah.
At best, most people channel Mel Gibson by shouting freedom as loud as they can, but anything else and it all goes a wee bit wrong, and a bit groundskeeper Willie. Still, at least there's a long list of famous Glaswegians to study for this particular sound, including the controversial comic Frankie Boyle and the 12th Doctor Peter Capaldi.
Get it into your head. Yeah. Rewind today in your head.
Yeah. Okay, stop explaining it to me.
Number 4, received pronunciation.
Wallace is not just some woman I'm carrying on with. We intend to marry.
Closely linked to Queen's English, received pronunciation is arguably the most stereotypically, quintessentially British accent of all, even though it's rarer than a lot of today's other entries. To your average Brit, it's essentially labelled as a posh accent, supposedly in line with how the royal family speaks, and it's typically associated with the south of England.
Well then, let's not overcomplicate matters unnecessarily.
Often a go-to tone whenever American shows include a British scene, it usually takes professional training to get it just so. Number 3.
We intend to no, that would be it. That would. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try it.
Birmingham.
I said next time you'll come back and talk, you'll be a talking guest instead of a singing guest.
Oh.
Right?
When's that next week?
An accent with the unfortunate distinction of having previously been rated as Britain's least intelligent, the Birmingham or Brummie sound seems to be constantly copied. But anyone who tries to feign it usually falls short. In fact, the accent is so difficult to understand that when Birmingham City Council set up an automated phone service, even it couldn't comprehend the local inflection at first.
Wow.
The data, she was pregnant the same time she was pregnant.
I don't think so.
And I don't know how she can get pregnant anyway with your little...
However, with shows like Peaky Blinders pulling in massive audiences, opinions could soon start to change.
You're a good man. And a good soldier.
Number 2, Welsh.
What the bloody hell is this? Don't tell me this is meant to be me.
It's another that can split into lots of local variations, but for anyone who's not from Wales, most Welsh accents are almost unfathomable.
I've never seen the human condition illuminated in such a way.
With vowel sounds unlike anywhere else, general Welsh languages and dialects seem an ongoing fascination for the rest of Britain and the rest of the world. Naturally, that interest leads to lots of, mostly unsuccessful, attempts to imitate the Welsh way of speaking. But even if you do perfect the accent, pronouncing the place names is a whole new challenge.
Just up the road from Llanfair to Pwllgwyn, go get a Quindrobol, Llantysilio, go. The temperature got to 21 Celsius, that's 70 in Fahrenheit.
Number 1, Geordie.
You gotta be proud of that.
It's difficult to understand the Geordie people.
You know, what I reckon is that if they had themselves proper jobs, they wouldn't be up to all this, larking every night.
What?
Newcastle, a city famous for Ant and Dec, Alan Shearer, and for having its own reality TV show. It's no wonder that the Northeast accent has become so popular, or so synonymous with the UK.
They make a canny noise like.
I beg your pardon?
But while it's often considered as one of Britain's friendliest accents, it's not the easiest to get to grips with. For anyone who's trying to forge it, it's usually the case of a few cannies here, a tune or two there, and a why man to finish. But true Geordies will spot the copycat a mile off.
I bet.
You better not be note like last week. Me cracker's still burning. All right, this week we will be doing our new pet.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out the...
What do you think, guys? Do you agree with these picks? I love the diversity of accents you guys have in the UK. They're just so interesting. There's so many different variations, and yeah, I don't think I can do any of them properly, honestly. I can do what I consider some sort of a British accent. I don't even know what it would be, what to describe. Well, no, I can't. not properly. I think so in my own head, probably, but really from people on the outside looking in, they'd be like, "Yeah, you don't sound nothing like any British accent." But yeah, I thought this was interesting. This was fun. I love videos like this, just checking out interesting little facts like this. I kind of wish I had an interesting accent. Although, to be fair, I'm guessing that no matter where you're at in the world, you hear someone else's accent and it sounds very interesting to you. Even if the accents that are near you don't sound interesting at all. I enjoy pretty much every British accent I've heard so far. And there's been a complete assortment. Some of them, a few of them, I really had a hard time understanding, but they're just so interesting. They're so unique, and that's what makes some of those accents really cool, is that they are so unique and so different. And but yeah, guys, this I like this. Yeah, this is fun. What do you think, guys? Is this the top 10 list you would have for accents that are hard to imitate? When I started this video, I thought it was going to be not just hard to imitate, but I thought it was going to be hard to hear. Most of those are, hard to understand. Most of those accents I could understand. There was a couple that he was playing before each number or each new accent that sounded completely different from the accent he was going into. And some of those were kind of really hard to understand. I had no idea what they were saying, but overall, I feel like I understand most of the British accents I've heard so far, and definitely also the Irish ones as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or other ideas of things you think I'd like to check out. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow me on my journey to discover my British and Irish ancestry. Until next time, guys, peace.